Hello, everybody. I'm very grateful for having people from all over the world following my Facebook group or my YouTube channel. So I have decided um, to translate those videos I'm doing so you can participate too. I know it's not easy to use Google Translate all the time. So, this will be one short introduction video, and I would like to start with the event that happened in my house 10 days ago. So, we were still asleep. It was around 7 or 8 in the morning. My children were still sleeping when I heard loud voices outside my house, and there were armed people jumping over the fence in my yard. And it scared the hell out of me. So I got up and went outside to see what was going on. And they came inside my house. They did complete research. They took all my computers, my laptop, kids' laptops, school laptops, all mobile phones they could find, even those broken ones I was keeping in my doors. I don't know why and what for, but they were there. So, and they took the universal antidote. They took everything away, and I am not under any investigation. The only time I think I broke the law in my life was when I was talking on my cell phone while I was driving. So that was the only time. So, and this is the second time already that this happened to me, and second time in 6 or 7 years. And why are the authorities doing this to me? My name is Helena Schlachter. I live in Croatia, in Dubrovnik. I'm master in science of natural medicine, doctor of natural medicine. I'm also the author of the Lost Knowledge and Protocol book, and the mother of 3 children, two sons which were that were vaccine damaged when they were 1.5 years old, and my children made me what I am today. So, and what I have is around 8,000 recovery stories that I collected in the last 2 years of my work. And I've been in natural medicine, in the world of natural medicine, for 8 years now. So, this is why they are doing this to me, and I never did anything wrong to anybody, so nobody complained so far. And it's not possible because everything I use is completely natural. But they are after me because I have results, and this is the world we live in. So somebody might say that we live perhaps in the best times in the history because of everything we have: computers, we have planes, we have cars, we have electricity, we have food and water brought to our house if we wish. But uh, I would say that this is the worst time in our known history, even worse than all the plagues, all uh, the wars, including First and Second World Wars that we had. Why? Because then people were also dying, they were also sick, they killed each other and stuff, but they had somebody to lean on. They could ask for help from the authorities, they could ask for help from institutions, they could ask for help from church, from the government, from the empire, from, I don't know, the king. Or today we are left alone, so there's no one we can ask for help. And this is the time we live in, so awful times, sad times. And what happened to me is that when my kids were damaged, um, Philip, my oldest son, was heavily damaged by vaccination. He had brain inflammation, and they hurt. So all of his organs were hurt, and there was nothing functional inside him anymore, and he was completely healthy before I took him to take that MMR vaccine. So when I searched for help for years and years, we were living in hell on earth for 6 years. My third child, Calista Maria, I didn't allow them to vaccinate her, and she's completely healthy. She's almost 11. Philip is 14, and Daniel is 13 now. And thanks God they are doing well, but only because their mother decided to fight. And this is where my story begins. So I met Carrie Rivera by accident when my Philip was 7. He was completely non-functional. He was on the end of the autism spectrum. And I met Carrie Rivera, and this was really God's work, because night before I met her, I went down on my knees and I started crying that, God, if you don't send me some help, I will not get up in the morning. I just can't do this anymore. 2 kids, both destroyed, completely alone, 3 children, third child almost a baby, Philip screaming and banging his head 24/7, still in diapers, 7-year-old. He was non-verbal. Uh, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't even go to kindergarten, even with the assistant. Nothing. Daniel was aggressive. He had a lighter version of autism. He was also nonverbal and wearing diapers when he was 5 and 6 years old. But still, it was lighter than Philip. Philip's liver was completely destroyed. His brain was completely destroyed. None of his organs were working. He had diarrhea all day long. He didn't want to eat anything, and when he would eat something, he would everything would go out right away. So it was hell on earth. And I woke up. I went on my knees before bedtime, and I said, God, if you don't send me help tomorrow, if you don't send me help, I am not willing to get up anymore. So do whatever you wish, but I can't live like this. This is impossible. So tomorrow I met Kerry Rivera, and this is how the history begins. So I entered her. Somebody added me inside her private group. It was the first. It was the main group, main American group that time. It was what, 8 years ago. For me, it was a huge shock. I saw recovered kids. I saw people giving testimonials. I saw parents celebrating their kids that started talking. I saw numbers that were turning around all the time. 200 and something kids recovered, 200 and plus, with 300 kids recovered. And I was in such a shock, because I didn't even know that it was possible to recover an autistic child. We had money, so me and my ex-husband, we are both educated. So I finished college for tourism here, and I speak many languages and stuff. We had our own agency, and we had money. We took our kids everywhere, all possible clinics we could find, searching for help everywhere. Nobody could help them. So it was just, this is like, they told us right away when my kids were damaged. They told us right away it was from vaccination, and that they are sorry, but some kids are just sensitive. And mom, you should be grateful that your kids gave their life for other kids. So it's the herd immunity thing or something. So this should have been comforting. So, but I was mad as, so I still am, probably, yeah. So this is how it all started. So when I entered Kerry Rivera's group, I started learning like crazy. And then I started helping other children, helping other parents new parents that were entering because I was learning very fast. My kids started protocols right away. They started recovering, and then Carrie Rivera and her team, they saw me helping others when they couldn't. It was a huge group, like 20, 30,000 people that were asking questions all the time, and they just didn't have the time to answer everybody. So I jumped in because I was there and I was learning all the time. So I just jumped in and I would answer people when they would ask questions, because what I felt sorry that they have to wait somebody to answer. So I did that. And when they saw how fast I was learning, they asked me to join in their team, and this is how I started to work with them together and learning at the same time. So I was Carrie Rivera's trainee, Jim Humble's, Mark Grennon's, Andreas Kalker was part of the team too. So you probably heard of him. So and this is what made the history. So I was in 6 months or so. I was Carrie Rivera made me admin of all of her world's groups, and I was working with 100,000 people at the same time with my children. And we had excellent results. One group in Croatia was opened too, and this is where I live, so it was easy for me to transfer my knowledge here. And after a few years working on a world level, Big Pharma started to close down Carrie's groups, and I decided to be a doctor. I wanted to do this for the rest of my life, and I wanted to help other people, and I decided to be a doctor. And today I am a master in science of natural medicine, and this is what I do. And so um, after I started working alone, I took Balkan area and I started working here, and I left the rest of the world to Carrie and her team. So this thing happened that I couldn't stay in silence. I saw kids healed completely. My Daniel was completely healed in only 6 months of the protocol. So Philip, it took longer for Philip because he was completely destroyed. But today they are in a normal school, having best grades, and I'm very proud of them. Philip Daniel is a child with his diagnosis is off, so he is completely healed. Philip, he still has minor speech problems, but this is I'm happy as a mother. I can say I'm really happy. So the crazy thing started when I stood up and went on a national TV to show my kids and to show that autism is curable and that my children were vaccine damaged, and this was like a bomb dropped on the world. So I was immediately attacked by big pharma. I ended up on the court, so they wanted to make me look like a poisoner. They made me look like a witch in all media around the Balkan area. They tried to charge me with poisoning my own children, and this was very hard thing to do because my children lost autism. So they couldn't put me in a jail or something. So the fight lasted for 6 months. So and it was really terrifying, but I won on the end, and I was the first one in the world to win big pharma on the court with universal antidote, and the only one so far. But this is how it all started, and later on, also by will of God, somehow I found myself in Anthony Williams' private Facebook group, and this was another shock in my life because I was working with 100,000 people, but I had so many questions. I saw people healing, so the Kerry Rivera's protocol were good, but there were puzzles missing. So I didn't understand things. I didn't understand the body completely. I didn't understand what really went wrong with children. Why am I seeing on test results viruses all the time? Why are kids infected with huge amount of Epstein-Barr virus and other viruses, HHV6, 7, and so on? And nobody could explain this to me, because my team, the team that I worked with, even it was they were mostly doctors, so Western medicine doctors. They couldn't explain viruses. They said they didn't also understand why the children have such a huge amount of viruses inside their bodies. And I wanted the answers, so I'm not the type that can live without answers. So I ended up in at Williams groups, and I found all the answers I was looking for. So, and this also made what I am, I guess. I understood the body perfectly. I understood how to make those protocols perfect, so everybody could heal from everything. And this is my history, and this is why they are chasing me all the time. 8,000 recoveries in less than 2 years. So this is what I am. So in my next videos, I will be explaining step by step everything we do, everything results we have here on Balkan area, and what's up with the world also. So my book is divided in 3 parts, and I'm sorry it's not translated in English still. So but it will be in the future. My book is divided into 3 sections. So spiritual side of the story. So I'm a Catholic, and I find this very serious so matter. So I'm trying to clean up the natural medicine from the new age crap and stuff like this. So because I think the medicines that God gave us should be used in a right way. So if not, we pay the price. So, and I would like everybody to avoid paying this price if it's really not. So for me, it's better to enter heaven with one leg than into hell with both legs. So this is the first part of my book, explaining those things and explaining the spiritual side of who we are and where we are going from this place of horror where we live now. Second part is our inner reality. So how does our body function, and what do we really need to heal? And the third reality is the outside reality. So all of those things we come into interaction, from what is poisoning us to all the things that we have to give to our bodies in order to heal. So this is what I do, and this is what we will be doing here together. I will go through all of those all of those 3 important realities that we are drowned in while we are on Earth. And I hope this journey will be fun, and I hope you will learn something, and I hope you will remember me once when I stop talking or when they kill me. So I hope not. This is enough for today. So see you another day.